How does someone who goes from loving life, loving church, loving God, and all those things, what takes them to the deeper depression that creates the lack of hope to where suicide becomes your only outlet? Because having attempted suicide several times myself, I know that the only times that I have attempted that is when I'm in complete, utter despair with no hope. If I have hope, I don't care if it's a blade of grass worth of hope. If I have hope, that thought never entertains my mind. But when there was no hope, that's the only times when that has seemed like the only outlet. So, what took you from this outgoing, carefree, blinders on girl to someone who's now wanting to attempt suicide multiple times?
It was very subtle, when they talk about like the frog in the water, and it was this perception that no matter what I did, it was never enough. And so, like, growing up with that, like, even though I was a straight A student, it was never enough. Then, going into other things and doing well and getting awards, it was just never enough. And so, having this undercurrent of like, it's never enough. It doesn't matter that I was winning awards, I was being recognized. It just, you can always do better. And so then when I got married very young. I was like, I'm going to be 22 that month. And it was more of that, like, oh, that was great, but you can always do better. And having that pressure of nothing I do is enough, which then gets translated and mistranslated to I'm not enough. Then there's something maybe fundamentally wrong with me. And if there's something fundamentally wrong with me, which is a lie, right? But I was believing that lie. I believed the lie that there was something fundamentally wrong with me because no matter what I did, no matter what awards I did, no matter how much money I was making, no, it didn't matter that on the outside I was being celebrated because there was always voices that you know, I put on a pedestal and I took heavier than my own voice or even the voice of what God was saying about me, as though that was gospel. And I believed it, but it wasn't true.